And welcome back to Atlanta Madden 20 Premier DreamHack. I'm Rico Williams, my co-host here, T. Davis, one of the top Madden players in the world. Tyler, we've had some great action. We saw our first game, Blocky and Red Dawn, Q and Blackda. The action's heating up here.
Yeah, it's great, man. Blocky's look great. Blackda look great. Blackda look great with that run attack. So we're going to see if Blocky has that run defense going up against him. I'm excited for this matchup.
Now, we have another game coming up here, but first, let's see if we can take a look at the groups and see what action we saw earlier. We had Group G and Group B. Blocky won in Group 1. We saw Blackda won, and Red Dawn and Q were the losers. Boogs, the Atlanta hometown favorite, Bugatti Boogs, 1-0, and Colgate as well. I'm going to jump out and say that Drin is not Drini, who didn't go. We're going to be showing you the rest of Group B throughout the first portion of our telecast, and we'll keep checking in on Group G, keeping you updated. The game that we have coming up next is Blocky versus Blackda. A lot of people expected Blocky to kind of breeze through this bracket, but after seeing Blackda play, it looks like we might have a good one on our hands.
Yeah, and I think everyone expected Blocky to breeze through yesterday in that Dolphins Club series, and he ended up taking a loss to Matt Sturgamer, who's another great player, but Blocky's coming out here, want to avenge his loss, and I'm excited for this matchup because Blackda looked terrific with that Tevin Coleman, with that Matt Breida, and Blocky looked great in that second half of his first game. He really got it together in that gun bunch, and Blocky always plays defense, so I'm really looking forward to see how Blocky plays on defense versus Blackda offense. And if Blackda can get this victory over Blocky and go 2-0 to start his day, what a way to start here at DreamHack.
All right, we need to know out there in the chat world, who do you have winning? Exclamation point Blackda or exclamation Blocky. Please type it how you see it. Make sure you follow us on the chat and keep an eye on that bracket as well. TD, I got to put you on the spot. Who you going with? Who's your rock-solid pick for this game?
Yeah, I'm expecting a competitive matchup with these two guys, but I'm always going to go with that savvy veteran, with that guy like Blocky, who's been here before, Final Four, year in and year out. He just hasn't got over that hump. Today could be the day at DreamHack, but I'm expecting Blocky to come out with the victory.
Do you hear that sound? That's the sound of me jumping out the window and picking an upset. I'm going with Blackda for the rock-solid pick. I liked what I saw with his Niners. I think his stick work's going to be able to take away a couple of things Blocky wants to do. And I still think Blocky is reeling a little bit from that loss yesterday to Master Gamer. But that's why we play the game. Let's take a look and see what the chat thinks and who they have winning it. All right. 70% going to Blocky, 30% riding with me and Blackda. It's going to be an interesting game. Both of these players looking to take control of this group. 2-0. No better feeling in your first two games.
Yeah, 2-0, you're in business, getting ready for that single elimination. So this is a big game right here. Whoever takes control and wins this game like you said, 2-0. Moving forward, that's huge.
All right, I think both of these players are ready. Let's head on down to the field for the kickoff. Blocky, Blackda, Seahawks, San Francisco, Madden 20 Premier DreamHack. We're on. All right, T. Davis, Blackda is kicking off, which means he'll be getting the ball back to start the second half. If he can start out on Blocky's offense and get himself a stop, this could be a huge momentum boost.
Yeah, you always want to get ball at half in competitive Madden. It's a huge advantage because if you get this first stop right here, you're in business getting that ball at half. And now we'll see Blocky come out in that gun bunch in the West Coast playbook for the viewers out there that want to know what a top player like Blocky's doing. He's in that gun bunch in this West Coast playbook. And it looks like Blackda is going to counter it with a little nickel normal action, which I think is a good counter to this bunch. I like that nickel normal, good personnel versus the bunch. You got a four-man rush. So let's see. Blocky came out last game a little soft on offense. He didn't look too great. And then the second half, he really turned it on. And the thing with Blocky is he plays so simple. He's going to hit his underneath routes. He's a very patient player. He'll take his 5 yards every play if you give it to him. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He did in that first game to start, but let's see what he does here. And he goes to Lockett, first play of the game.
It was interesting. On that first play of the game, Blackda was nowhere near Lockett on that one. He was wide open. Didn't look like he wanted to press Blocky. How do you get, and obviously you're one of the top names, so it might not affect you, but how do you keep yourself from playing a name and not, like, playing the game and not playing a name? Not being so worried that it's Blocky in his offense that it gets you out of what you normally like to do.
Yeah, Blackda's played a lot of games of Madden before he came here, so you need to stick with what got you here. Play your game, Play your game that got you here. And he comes up with a big sack right there. But if you're Black Danzo, play your game that got you here. Focus in every play. Don't worry about who you're playing. Just worry about winning and getting that money is really what you need to worry about. You want to cement yourself as one of the best in the world. You come out here with an attitude, with a swagger, and you lock in every play. And he comes out on that first play with a big sack right there. And Blocky rolls out wide open R1 on the sideline. Metcalf. Nice play by Blocky.
Wow, and just like that, when you thought Black Danzo had a little something, Blocky shows you why he's one of the top players in the world. Stays cool, calm, collected, found his receiver, moves the sticks. Business as usual.
Yeah, the thing with Black Danzo is he's actually using a safety versus a passer like Blocky, which you don't see too often. That escape artist with Wilson. And he throws it away. Good defense right there by Black Danzo. Yeah, he's using that safety up the top. He's trying not to give up anything over the top. And Blocky, very patient, rolls out and throws the ball away.
It's funny. You'll find out, and what I've seen through the most competitive Madden is a lot of people like to take away the underneath stuff and your crossing routes, your drags, and all the other stuff. Him coming down with that safety and trying to do that. Oh, you got to make sure you make that tackle. If he doesn't make that tackle, we might be looking at a touchdown there.
Yeah. I've really been impressed with Black Danzo's user skills, though. He's looked great with user and his safety. He comes up a little late there, but he had to kind of guard 2 routes with his user right there. Good read by Blocky. Big 3rd and 8 coming up here. I expect Black Danzo to play more coverage defense, and he has a Bosa, he has a D Ford on the edge to try to get that 4-man rush to come in.
All right, using that timeout, want to make sure he has the play he wants. Blocky did not like what he came out in and what he saw Black Danzo in. Smart move there. You can't take those timeouts with you.
Yeah, veteran move right there by Blocky. Came out, didn't like what he saw. Might have had the wrong personnel. Now he comes out, he flips that bunch. I'd expect a corner out, maybe a post here. Motions out Gordon. Rolls out, yeah, there's that corner route that he likes. And he runs with Wilson. Great play right there by Blocky. He had nothing open, took advantage of what he had.
You got to get off the field there. You don't have too many opportunities to have a 3rd and 8 against a player like Blocky. If you're Black Danzo, that one's going to stick with you because he was in that no man's land where he might have went for it again on a 4th down. He wasn't in field goal range.
That wheel route. Oh, good defense right there by Black Danzo. The drag route had some separation on Sherman, though. Good read by Blocky, but good defense by Black Danzo. He didn't give up anything over the top right there. Made him go underneath. And Blocky's going to take that all day long, though.
He continues to move down the field methodically. Blocky, 0-0. Taking already 3 minutes of this first quarter in this drive.
Oh, he's got all day. Oh, yeah, he's got all day there with Wilson. Yeah, Blocky's looked great on this drive. He's being patient, very effective and simple, like he always plays, like you expect from Blocky. And this is the reason why he's one of the top guys year in and year out. He reads the defense, sees what's going on, and he knows how to counter it.
If you're Black Danzo, you got to try to hold him to 3 here. I know the ball's on the 11-yard line. He's been moving it at will, but there's still a chance to redeem yourself here. And if you can hold him to 3, that half a stop to start this could be what you need to get you excited.
Yeah, the most important part of Madden and football in real life is that red zone. Can you score in the red zone? Can you hold him in the red zone? Let's see what happens here.
All right, and that goes exactly the way Black Danzo would want it. 1st and 7. Turns into 2nd and 8. Blocky wants to make sure he doesn't turn the ball over here. So do you can see 3 more runs?
Yeah, I would expect some runs here from Blocky. Last game he went to that fullback dive out of tight slots. I'm surprised he's not going back to that. He's coming out in a little I-form tight right here, a little old school formation. I-form tight stretch. Carson falls forward. We got a big 3rd and 5 coming up, 3rd and 4 coming up right here.
Now he can get the 1st down. So let's be cognizant of that, but we know he's looking for 7 on this one here. You don't want to have to make that kind of decision. If you're Black Danzo, this is where you have to get off the field here. You cannot allow...
Ooh, big juke right there by Blocky. He doesn't get in the end zone, but he gets that crucial 1st down. He ran that I-form tight stretch to the opposite side, and big play right there for Carson. That Carson's a good player, man. He falls forward. He's good in real life. Yeah, great play right there by Blocky.
And he's going to be thinking about that one for quite some time. That was his chance. That was That was a 4-point juke right there.
Yeah, like
that was the difference between having to take 3 and getting this touchdown that he's about to get.
Yeah, like we said, with those one-on-ones, you got to make the play on those one-on-ones is crucial, and he punches it here with Luke Wilson. Big drive right there by Blocky.
If you're Blocky, you got to feel good opening up on that drive. A couple things didn't go your way, but you were able to fight through all of them. You got that 7, and you've gotten a basic look at all the things that Black Danzo wants to do on defense. You have to feel comfortable to know that if you're patient, the runs with Russell Wilson will be there, and a lot of your other checkdowns.
Yeah, very true. Now we'll see if Black Danzo can respond. Big drive coming up. You don't want to give up 7 on your first drive, and Blocky did a great job. And now let's see if Blocky has that run defense like we've talked about. Black Danzo's going to come out in these single back heavy formations and pound that rock with Breida, with Coleman. I'm excited to see. It's going to be a chess match right here. Can Blocky shut down this single back wing tight? He's coming out in that 3-4 defense.
All right, we all know in this year's game, one missed tackle could be the difference between a stop and 7 points. Ooh, he had that laid up there. If he keeps that a little bit more left, he might still be running.
Yeah, there's that one-on-one that we talked about, and he beat him. Blocky's usually didn't look great there, but then he was fortunate enough to get that tackle with the computer. Yeah, he's coming out in this single back wing tight, motion into a single back 3 receiver on the strong side. Look for a stretch here to the right. And he goes with that dive up the middle, falls forward, gets a big first down from Matt Breida.
Interesting that I know he probably wanted to just get that first down and move on, but it looked like he had that whole outside that he could have just been running and running and running.
He might still be running right now. Yeah, big play right there. Halfback dive. And he's just moving the ball down the field in this power form. And now he comes out in a gun-tight offset, which I don't really agree with this call because he's been looking great in that single back heavy so far. I don't know why you get out of it, but...
If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, exactly. Runs a little inside zone with Tevin Coleman out of that tight offset formation, which is a popular formation. It looks like Black Danzo is in that New Orleans Saints offensive playbook, which is one of the top 5 playbooks, in my opinion, in Madden 20.
All right, Black Danzo trailing 7-0 to Blocky. A little under 4 minutes remaining in this second quarter of the Madden 20 Premier DreamHack.
He's going up top, Rico. Marquise Goodwin, and he's got him for 7. What a play by Black Danzo.
And voila, he's back on there. He's shaking, shimmying, and letting you know, you got an offense, I got an offense too. Let's rock.
What a play right there. Post route to I think he's the second fastest player in regs. That Marquise Goodwin, 98 speed, just burnt that whole Seattle defense over the top. Huge play for Black Danzo to tie this game 7-7.
Now, with you getting the ball back and being Black Danzo, you have to be locked in right now on defense. If you can get a stop right here and try to put some points on the board, you change the whole outlook of this game.
Yeah, you're getting ball at half, so if you can, even if you hold them to 3 right here, and you can get more points again before half, under 2 minutes. Say you go up 14-10 with ball at half, you're in a great position. So this is a crucial drive on defense for Black Danzo. And it's big for Blocky because if Blocky doesn't score here and he doesn't get ball at half, he's going to be in a tough spot to climb back.
All right, Blocky looking to make something happen. Just gave up that big one-hitter quitter.
Got him, yep. Oh, man, we're just going back and forth over the top. Tyler Lockett, post route. What a play by Blocky. Quick answer.
And I'm not sure what Black Danzo was doing there because everybody was open. And he was trying to run back to get over here. Meanwhile, Tyler Lockett stopped, got a hot dog, some popcorn, was shimmying with the cheerleaders. Wow.
Yeah, he was wide open by at least 20 yards. And I think Black Danzo's so worried about him rolling out with that Russell Wilson to hit that corner route that he just gave up that wide open post, and that's one thing you can't do. You can't give easy touchdowns to a player like Blocky.
Here's one thing I never understood. How do you play coverage and not cover anyone? He was not sending, it wasn't like he was sending 7. It wasn't like he was bringing all this heat. He had everybody drop back and everybody was open.
Yeah, that's a good point, Rico. It was only a 4-man rush and playing coverage right there, and you just give that up. That really hurts.
I never had a problem giving up a big play if I know I was blitzing, sending the house or whatever, but not to drop back in coverage, only send 4.
Ooh.
Lucky he held on to that ball.
There's that man again, Bobby Wagner, big hit with that enforcer ability. 2nd and 10 coming up, and it looks like Black Danzo's going to go back to that gun-tight offset.
Mama, and there goes that man.
Up top again, this time Emmanuel Sanders for 7. We're just going back and forth. We go, this is fun.
Good grief, Blocky, Black Danzo. What's going on here? Is there any defense? This is what you want to take the over with as well. 14-14, it looks like.
Looks like he was going to miss that extra point, so he actually called timeout. So to all the viewers out there, a pro tip right there, when you hold down A right here, you can hold it down right there, and if you're going to miss on the accuracy, you can actually call timeout so you don't have to kick a missed extra point.
And that's why Tyler is one of the best players in the world. Tidbits like that.
Yeah, and Black Danzo, smart right there. Great heads-up play. You know, it's not great to burn a timeout right there, but, you know, you want to tie the game 14-14. So let's see if Blocky scores in 2 plays again, because we're just going back and forth right here with absolutely no defense.
All right, the chat's looking for an update on our Red Dawn and Q game. Let me see what I can do for you guys on that one, fellas. But meanwhile, it is 14-14 here. Blocky and Black Danzo giving us an instant classic. Little under 3 minutes and 5 seconds to go. Madden 20 Premier DreamHack. Everything your gaming heart can desire.
Yeah, the thing that's dangerous for as Blocky gets a nice drag right there to DK Metcalf for a big game. The thing that's dangerous with Black Danzo is he's using that safety. That's why he's giving up these big plays. But right there, he went to a 2-man under base defense, and he's using one of those safeties in the deep blue. He doesn't want to give up the big play right here. And it looks like Blocky's going to go back to that motioned out wheel, see if he can swerve him. He's going to run with Wilson instead for a huge gain. See, that's the thing with the man-to-man defense is everyone's got a man on him, so you can just run for days with Russell Wilson, and Blocky does just that for a huge gain.
All right. Black Danzo is going to have to do something. He's going to need to talk to his defensive coordinator or something, because you got to change something up here. You're giving up way too many things and making it way too easy for Blocky. He's too good of a player to give him these many offensive options.
Yeah, you can't give up these easy plays. 2 minutes to go right here. You want to hold Blocky to 3 because you're getting ball at half. You don't want to give up 7. And it looks like Black Danzo's kind of searching for a defense. He's scrolling through these nickel normal plays. I don't think he knows what he wants to do right now on defense. He's just searching. He needs some pressure from Bosa and D Ford off the edge to really help him out here. And good defense right there. Just D Ford not fast enough to catch up with Wilson, and he's able to get 5 yards on that play.
All right, you got to look at that clock. It's under a minute 35. Blocky looking to try to get in the end zone. And another wide open. This could be trouble. You got to make this play.
Yeah, Blocky loves that whip route underneath. He's been using it all day so far to DK Metcalf. He runs that deep corner play where the outside receiver on the bunch is on a deep post. The backside solo receiver is on a dig route. And then he has Metcalf, who's got about 95 speed, just burning anyone underneath.
All right, True Texas and everybody out there, we'll get you as many updates as possible. Just hang on in there with us. We got a great one in front of us. So, what a move. And a great saving tackle by Danzo.
Yeah, big tackle right there. Black Danzo finally went with some pressure right there. That was the first time I've seen it all game. He went with that heat. Blocky was able to recognize it. Hit that wheel route quickly to Carson. Break a tackle. Now he's in business at the 5-yard line. We should see a little fullback dive action here. And we do. And he gets to the 3-yard line. So if you're Black Danzo, do you think about calling? You only have one timeout, so that's a tough spot right there.
I definitely call those timeouts because it's not like he can get another first down.
Yeah.
So you call the timeouts and give yourself the best chance you can. Now you got to call it now.
Yeah. I mean, now if you're Black Danzo, you really got to hold him to 3. Blocky's using that chew clock, getting it down. This is where the veteran comes in right here from Blocky.
Wow. Now we got a decision to make. Quick, TD, what do you do? And what does Blocky do?
Oh, man. You don't get ball at half. I would take the lead here. I'm a conservative player, but this is tough. This is a big call right here, Rico. This could determine the outcome for Blocky. He might put it on aggressive and go with a fullback dive.
Uh-oh. And look at that. Blocky is leaving it all on the field.
Here we go.
He is going for it. Can Danzo come up big for the 4th time in a row? Here we go. 14-14, 2 seconds left. It all comes down to this. And he walks in so easily.
Easy money right there for Chris Carson.
And you know, if you're Black Danzo, that has to hurt because you were on that outside spot and decided to move your guy in a little bit more, got caught up in that log jam, and gave up 7.
Yeah, you stacked the box too much there almost in that 3-4 bear, and Blocky was able to capitalize to the outside. If you're Black Danzo, that's tough, man, because if you would have held him to 3 right there, or if you would have held him to, if you didn't get that, then you're in business getting ball at half. Big play by Blocky, though, and that's what great players do, man. They capitalize in those big moments when they need a play, and Blocky did just that.
All right, so we are at our halftime moment. Blocky is up 21-14 over Black Danzo. That first half was everything we could have asked for and a little bit more. If you're Black Danzo, what are you looking to do here?
Well, you got to tie the game right here. You've been going back and forth all day. You got to keep doing that. Tie the game at 21, and you need that one stop. But I've been impressed with Black Danzo. I mean, we don't know much about the kid so far, and he's really looked great. He's putting up a fight against one of the top 10 players in the world. I'm really impressed with his game, but he's got to get 7 right here in order to stay alive in this ball game.
Look at that penetration into the backfield that Blocky had. Good grief. That Seattle defense is clicking on all cylinders.
Oh, yeah. That Seattle defense is super good this year in Madden. One of the best teams in order to stop this run is that Seattle defense. Jimmy G. Yeah, that was a bad play call right there.
And went to the no huddle?
Big 3rd and 11 right here.
He must have seen something that he liked. Or he just hit the wrong button.
Looks like he's calling some hot routes right here. Passing out of this single back wing tight formation, not too ideal. Let's see what he can cook up. Oh, not a great read right there. He tries to throw that deep ball route, and Blocky's all over it.
Yeah, and is this where Black Danzo comes back down to earth? He fought as long as he could, but just Blocky has been able to wear him down.
Yeah, I just talked about how impressed I was with Black Danzo, and then first drive of the second half, he makes a bad read. And Blocky takes advantage, and that's what you can do versus an elite player like Blocky. And now he's got ball up 7, and he gets sacked. So big sack right there. Nothing was open. Good defense by Black Danzo. If you're Blocky, though, you're in such a good position right here where you want to use a little clock, and you're fine with a field goal. If you can go up 10 on defense, that's always a great situation to be in.
Yeah, I know Black Danzo has to be kicking himself that he threw that. He's been playing an almost perfect game so far. And one blink, one little mistake against somebody of Blocky's caliber, and now you're facing.
Good defense right there by Black Danzo, but Russell Wilson just too fast. He's able to get some positive yards on the play. 3rd and 5 right here for Blocky. Flips the bunch. I'd expect to see that same exact play. I think he liked what he saw, and that's exactly what he goes to. And he hits that drag underneath to lock it. That mesh post play is super good. One of the best plays year in and year out. And he's able to convert a big 3rd and 5 right there.
Yep, and with that conversion and the clock continuing to move, it's going to be tougher and tougher for Black Danzo to come back in this game. He's going to need something to happen, and it to happen quickly.
Drag over the middle right there to Josh Gordon. Blocky 10 for 11, 181 yards and a touchdown right now. Always efficient, always effective, the way Blocky plays offense. He's in business right now on the 6-yard line. I expect to see this fullback dive with Carson.
4 times.
Yeah. Good defense right there by Black Danzo. Blocky's using that chew clock, which is super smart right here. You want to try to get to the end of the 3rd on this drive.
Notice how he's moving his linebacker outside to make sure he doesn't get hit with that stretch again, and he still does.
Yeah.
He knew it was coming. He tried to make the appropriate adjustment, and it didn't work.
Yeah, stretch right to the left. Chris Carson, easy money, barely touched. And now Blocky goes up 14. And this is the situation you want to be in if you're Blocky. Up 14 on defense. You're going to have to force Black Danzo to pass, use that clock. And if you're Black Danzo, you still got a chance, man. Only down 14. You got to score quickly though. You really want to get in the end zone before the 4-minute mark of the fourth quarter, and then give yourself a shot on defense.
How do you differentiate having a sense of urgency on offense between rushing your offense and then possibly making a bad read?
Yeah, well, I'm not a big fan of the hurry up. It gets your players tired, so I don't think you should use that hurry up. But you want to move with urgency, but you don't want to rush anything. You want to make sure you got your money plays all set up. You want to get the right hot routes in, and you want to be effective and efficient more than you do fast. Like you want to make a bad play just because you're rushing. So now he's coming out in that bunch offense. It looks like Blocky's going to bring the heat right here out of that 3-4 all. I expect him to send all 7. Let's see if Black Danzo can block this and make a play. And he throws a pick, right? The pressure was too much, and you could see it. Black Danzo was nervous. He didn't know what to do. The guy was coming free at him. He tried to make a quick read, and just a bad read, and Blocky's there to make the play for a big pick. And this should probably put the game away right here for Blocky.
And I'll be curious to see if Blocky continues to be aggressive on offense, or he looks to just grind this and get it over with.
Rico, there's a reason I call Blocky the silent assassin, because he is out for blood. He wants to get these points. He wants to put himself in a position to have that bye going into single elimination.
I feel like everybody he plays during this weekend, it's going to be like he's playing Master Gamer. No matter what happens, he's going to look across, and he's still going to see Master Gamer.
He's looking for revenge. What's that a Drake song? Looking for revenge? What's that song? You know what I'm talking about?
Yep, I know exactly the song you're talking about. I'm not going to sing it.
And a big touchdown right there to Josh Gordon. Rolls out left at Wilson, throws it on the money, on the run, and now Blocky's in great position, up 35-14. This is the theme of Blocky today is his second half performance in both games. First half, he's going back and forth. He looked a little shaky. Second half, he just comes out dominating, and that's what shows in an experienced player.
And you got a feel for Black Danzo. It was a moment in this game where it was 14-14, fourth and goal. If he gets that stop, you have no idea how this game plays out. You have no idea the momentum that happens. But he gives up that touchdown, and then the floodgates just opened.
Yeah, that 4th and goal on the 1 was the biggest play in the game, and Blocky capitalized, and Black Danzo hasn't looked the same since. I think that got in his head a little bit. He's a newer player on the scene. Sometimes that happens, but big play right here to George Kittle. Gets by, and he should take that to the crib. It looks like Griffin's going to catch him. Big play right there. Now, you got to hurry up now, though. You want to get in the end zone before 4 minutes. You're down 3 touchdowns.
And I'm still kicking the onside after this. You got to give yourself a chance. You got to. Yeah. You need a miracle.
Yeah, you kind of need to now at this point. I would probably onside here, too.
The one thing is, you got to get 7 first.
Yeah. And he runs the ball.
What?
Surprising play call there.
I'd love to talk to his offensive coordinator on that one. I got to know why he called that.
Yeah.
Your time is of the essence. There's no way you were getting in the end zone on that one. You got to make your reads. You need a nice dot right here for this touchdown.
Yeah, I try to hit maybe a slant quickly over the middle, but Blocky's usually so good with that Wagner. Maybe a 4 verticals in the seams. Ooh, risky pass right there by Black Danzo. He's just trying to make a play, go the slant, and Blocky was all over it, user in his Bobby Wagner.
It's a tough way to make a living. All because Kittle got tackled. If he could have gotten that end zone, he'd have saved himself a minute and change and some points. Because it's 3rd and 10.
Oh. Tries to make a play, rolls out with Jimmy G, nothing there. Those playmakers as receiver, and there's a huge hit right there by Blocky. And now this is might be the last play of the game right here if he doesn't convert.
I would have been curious to see if he'd have tried to run that, if they'd have picked up that block for him.
Yeah.
And that's to the house.
Yeah, phenomenal user right there by Blocky. He was all over every route that Blackdanzo wanted to throw. And he's going to take that to the crib with Shaquille Griffin, and now put a wraps on it, 42-14. What a second half performance by Blocky. One of the top 10 players year in and year out. Great job.
I'm sorry, Blackdanzo. I feel like I brought this on you. I went with that rock solid pick, and Blocky said, I need you to put some respect on my name.
Now, but if you're Blackdanzo here, yeah, this game didn't go your way, but you still have that first victory under your belt, and you can still make the single elimination playoffs. You just got to come out in your next game with a W, and so he still has life in this tournament. Just got to regroup and refocus, and he'll be all right.
Depending on what Red Dog's doing, he's in a good position. He didn't lose as bad as this.
Yeah.
So if he's handling his business right now,
yeah,
he might be in a good position that he'll have to beat Blackdanzo. All right, 3 minutes remaining. Blackdanzo trying to make something happen. Down 42-14.
Yeah, Blocky's just bringing that heat now. He's running a cover 2 defense, blitz and 7, user in that Wagner. And Blackdanzo has no answer to pick it up with his protection. Yeah, they're coming. Nice little quick dot right there to Kittle, right over the user of Blocky. A little too late now, though, for Blackdanzo.
Just a little bit. All right, we're approaching that 2-minute warning. Danzo trying to see if he can get a couple plays for him before that. That heat is coming off that edge. He's going to have to do something to pick it up. He doesn't have time to go through his progressions. He doesn't have time. And now, I wonder, when you've been playing coverage all day and your opponent is heating you up, making you completely uncomfortable, taking you out of what you want to do on offense, at some point does it click to you to say, hey, maybe I should do that. Should I return the favor and send that heat? Or do you just continue to play with the coverage that got you here?
Yeah, when you're playing a player like Blocky, though, you really want to mix your coverages up. So I would mix in the blitz against him with the coverage, give him different looks, confuse him.
All right, and Pawnee, I will find out. I want to make sure I give you the correct answer. Last year, it was the full point differential. The question is, does the full point differential matter, or is it capped out at 21 or 24? I'll speak with the admins. We'll find out for you, chat. But when you don't know, you just put the points on the board. What do you do when you see a man drowning? Throw water on him.
Exactly. And 28 points should be good enough for Blocky here. Just a dominant performance in this second half.
All right, you want to just get this one over with. Uh-oh. Look at Blocky, just showing off a little bit. Way to take that corner. And a lot of times, sometimes it's the move you don't make that allows you to get out there. You know, sometimes people will see it and be like, let me try to stop and go. Let me try to get a little bit. He was like, I'm just going to beat him to that corner and to turn it upfield.
Yeah, and when like Blackdanzo's trying to do too much on defense, and when someone's trying to do too much, you just do less, and it works out. It's working out for Blocky. He doesn't have to do too much. Just little swivel, little swerve here and there, and running this clock down, halfback draw. And does Blocky call timeout to try to get 3 more, or does he just let it go? It looks like he's just going to let it go.
Or he's going to take a shot at the end zone. He said, I'll take 7.
Yeah, and that'll do it. Yeah.
Showing class.
Yeah.
Look at Blocky. You got to love it. All right, and there you have it. Another one in the books. Blackdanzo tried his best, but came up short to Blocky. And as you can see, Blocky always making sure he looks fresh and so clean. I have never seen Blocky without a perfect haircut.
Yeah.
Like, he is always sharp. Now, speaking of sharp, he looked sharp on both sides of the ball. Offense and defense, he made some amazing second half adjustments, as you said. Might have been the key to the game.
Oh, yeah, both games, actually. First half in both games, he came out a little, back and forth, whatever. But then second half, he really inserted his dominance, came out strong, and capitalized and got the victory.
All right, well, we have this one in the books. We know Blocky is 2-0. Blackda is